I'm 25 years old. I've made millions of dollars, and just last month I cleared over $200,000. And the craziest part about all that is not just the insane amount of value on those numbers at this young age, but it's truly when I stopped gripping for that success, then I started making more money. Today I'll show you how faith, automation, detachment created peace and profit for me and my family. So detachment is not apathy. It's not just forgetting and letting go, but it's stopping and ceasing to worship your results. So even me, I tell people you have to let go of your goals. Obviously you can set goals, but I don't like goals because when you don't hit them, you get discouraged and they're so irrelevant. It's kind of like, you just throw your destination on there, but the most important part about the destination is the journey. What actually matters is the plan, the process that you fall in love with. So I care about the process. I create the process. I see how I can make it most optimal for my success. But then when I'm doing my part within the process, I'm surrendering the rest to God. My job is to follow the plan, is to follow the process, is to do everything I can to make it so perfect, all the intricacies, to calculate everything, to make sure I'm following the routine, to make sure that I'm disciplined, to make sure that I'm steady in it and that it's a stabilized process. Obviously, it'll never be perfect and we're not perfect at all. But at the end of the day, the process and the plan is what's most important to get you to those set goals. Because obviously we know when we hit those goals, we just end up wanting more. So it's just about the process, about the plan. That is the framework. So I'm going to show you how I got there. I used to think I had to grind 8 to 12 hours daily to deserve success, like really become obsessed. And the thing is, it was like a must have, like I must do it. And what you don't understand is when you have those things in your life that becomes I must do it or must haves, then they become an idol because they're ruling your life. Anything that begins to rule your life, you are placing it as an idol. And obviously we know God is the only thing that should rule our life. If I woke up late, I felt unworthy and made decisions from guilt, and then guilt leads to panic, then overcommitting, then you have the fear of missing out. Then I understood belief will conquer those hours. Belief is more important than those hours. I started working on my inner man. I started working on my inner self. That's with the patience. That's with prayer. That's with fasting. That's with discipline. That's with consistency. And a lot of people, we want to be so rich. We want to have all these things out of life, but we don't want to change as a person. How do you expect to have more as the person you are right now? And there's been times where I had to battle with myself and battle with God. Like, I want all this right now. Please, Lord, bless me with this right now. I wasn't ready for it at all. So ask yourself right now, actually reflect on it. The things that I'm praying for, is this the person that can truly handle them? And it might be a no, because how are you handling what you have been given right now? We all have been given something, whether it's resources, whether it's times, whether it's opportunities to do things, share our faith, or doors open. How are you handling what you have now? If you're not handling it proper, then why would you expect more? Why would you expect the big riches? Why would you expect the big blessings? We can say everything in life is a test to see if you do good, but I say everything in life is to refine you, to make you better, so you can do good. So ask yourself and reflect, is where I'm at right now, do I deserve it? Should I have it? And it can be a no if you're not doing what you need to do right now with what you have. And it can be a yes, is okay, my time is coming. Sometimes you just have to change your beliefs and not your schedule. Some people call it the law of detachment. For me, I call it biblical surrender. Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. I do the work, testing, journaling, building systems, and let God handle the outcomes. Because honestly, you can only control what you can control. You'll never be able to control your results. The only thing you can control is your input. You cannot control the output of anything. So you let God handle the output because he knows the beginning. He knows the end. He knows the end from the very beginning. So guess what? All you can do, all you can control is what you're putting in. It's what you're putting in. It's what you're following. So stop trying to determine what the results will be. And I feel like even people that are perfectionists, a lot of perfectionists out there. Me, I've never really been a perfectionist, but the perfectionists, they are somebody that worship the results because they want the input to be so perfect so they can dial and know exactly what results they're going to get, or so they can have a high probability of meeting their expectations with the results. I think that's idolism. Having that perfectionism mentality. No, obviously you put in your best, you give it your all, but at the end of the day, you cannot control the results or the outcome of that thing or the situation. And a lot of y'all might be disagreeing with me, but I'm telling you, perfectionism is idolism. It is because you only are so perfect about it because you want this specific results from it. And that's just not going to happen because you cannot control the results. You have to put in your process, you have to put in your plan. Yes, work hard at it, be diligent in it, but you got to let God handle it. You have to. Detachment equals obedience without obsession. And funny enough, my biggest month was when I decided to stop micromanaging everything. When I stopped deciding to be in everything and everything had to be this way, everything had to be this way. But once I start letting go, letting God, delegating and trusting in other people, or not even trusting other people, but trusting that they could follow the procedures that I had in place, that's when everything scaled for me. But why? It was less screen time, it was better work and shorter hours, it was more presence. This is because I built a system that I could trust. When your mind isn't frantic, then your decisions are just more clean. So this is how you can detach today. You have to pre-decide your rules, your standards, your routines, your boundaries. Next, you need to automate your executions. You have to have either build or buy systems that can do that repeatable work, those repeatable tasks that can handle that for you, so you're not in that. Now you have to fix your commitment, so you're locked inputs, you're not changing, you're not flipping anything, you're not quickly to change just because the results are not coming as fast or coming your way. I always say the strongest skill a business owner can have, or somebody that's chasing after entrepreneurship or financial freedom, is knowing when to pivot, but also being able to pivot, right? That's not ignoring the fact that sometimes you just need consistent discipline at a fixed angle. Just keep it going, don't change it, because you're finally going to get to your point. Next, you need to journal your peace, not your performance. So journal in what you're doing rather than your outcomes. Journal the process, journal where you're at right now. Try not to journal how good you've been, how this is going, but journal what you're doing. And you can rate that like 1 through 10. Next, pray before your session. God, I'll obey my plan. I just need you to handle and take care of the results. And that's in anything you do, whether it's trading, whether it's e-com, whether it's your hair salon, whether it's your tax services, whatever it is, whenever you have a session you're about to go into, whenever you have work you're about to do, just pray over it. Lord, let me follow my strategy. Let me follow the system. And I just ask that you would take care of the results. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do what I can control. But at the end of the day, God, I need your hand, because he is the one that gives us the power to even get rich. When you need a result, your brain will flood with fear and doubt. Fear makes you abandon what works and chase what's shiny. So you could be having a good system and it just takes time for it to actually work. And then you just get scared, like it's not working as fast as I want it. It's not going how exactly I planned for it, which nothing ever does. And then you're like, okay, that's look like this is going well for them over there, so let me hop into that lane. You cannot do that. Do not chase the shiny stuff. Just choosing the boring. Listen, if you want a good business, it needs to be boring. When you get good at trading, it needs to be boring. When you get good at all these other things, it needs to be boring. It needs to be easily repeatable and replicable. You don't need to chase the shiny things. Just keep doing the boring stuff and it will work for you. I guarantee it. And detachment breaks that loop. You follow the plan regardless of what the outcomes are looking like. That's how consistency happens. Neediness is noisy and peace or patience is profit. Most people try to change their results without changing their identity. Identity says I'm patient, I'm disciplined, and I'm committed to the process. That identity chooses principles. Principles executed by automation and then to consistent results. Detachment is just staying who you said you are, even when outcomes fluctuate. My edge is the I don't care mindset, meaning I'm not careless, but it's more so me carefree about the outcomes. I care deeply about my inputs, my focus, my preparation, my routine. But if I win or lose, I won't betray my plan. I won't steer off, because with that plan, there's been a really good times and there's been some bad times. And I follow a plan that has been proven and then just leave the results to God, because my future isn't written by one day or one outcome or one bad day or one bad outcome. Detachment is not laziness. I test, I review, I refine weekly. It's not denial. I log setbacks and adjust when needed. It's not magic. It's mechanics plus maturity. Detachment is about not letting a bad day change who you are. Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessings of the Lord makes rich and he adds no sorrow with it. Automation helped me remove my sorrow. That anxiety from making money. You don't know. You haven't been in the trenches. Listen, you have not been in the trenches. If you have been in a crazy trade where you were up some profits, right? And the charts are moving, it is fluctuating so much because you over leverage. Your heart is absolutely pounding out of your chest. Your hands are so sweaty you can barely close your trade. That's what it was for me. But now I plan like a professional and I let my systems execute. I keep my heart clean because that's where favor flows. Here's your 5-step playbook for detachment. Surrender your outcomes. You have to pray. Define your rules that you'll actually follow. Automate your execution. Commit small and you have to scale slow. Finally, you have to have your weekly truth review and you have to review over what you've been doing in the process. Listen, detach from outcomes. Attach to discipline. Build with faith. I'll see you in class. But you can do this. You see all these big bright millions in your future. You see all this abundance in your future. At the end of the day, you're a steward of God's money. And I say this, you don't own anything in this world. You own absolutely nothing. God owns everything and you will take nothing with you when you die. So stop being scared of losing. Stop being scared of those small outcomes, because at the end of the day, you'll lose everything when you pass on. If you want to operate emotion free and build real consistency, I've created AI systems that handle the process for you. You can join my free live training AI masterclass in the link in the description, where I'll show you exactly how I use automation to stay detached and emotionless, as well as profitable. Also subscribe to my new business channel where I go deep into trading AI.